Well, thank you very much for this interview. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And well, to the first question, I find it very funny. Your colleague Kim Raver talked about how she was on a plane and they called for a doctor, and she stood up, fully believing she was up for the task. So you've been 20 years in this show. Do you ever go through mix-ups like that, or have you learned anything worthwhile?
No.
Nothing.
Not a thing.
Nada.
No. We can call doctors.
That's right.
We can
Yeah.
put a pillow
I might,
under
yeah,
your
put
head.
a pillow on your head, maybe take a splinter out or something. Maybe if we got some
Oh, you
tweezers
can do
around.
that?
I can
Oh,
do
that's
that.
nice.
But other than that, no, we call the real folks, the real heroes out there. Yeah.
Do people expect that from you? Do they come to you for medical
Well,
advice?
they can't be for
Yeah,
real.
no, I think it's more jokingly than anything else. You know, they know that. You know, I wouldn't dare to try and
Wouldn't
do
do it.
something. No.
Well, and I also find it funny that the show has surprisingly took this kind of Game of Thrones turn, because there are these fan
Ooh.
favorite characters that leave it in this very shocking depth.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not asking that if you were leaving the show, but if it were up to you to design your very dramatic Grey's Anatomy death, what would be the most fun for you to shoot?
So Richard and Bailey are walking down the hallway, having a discussion, regular old day.
Yeah.
They get to the staircase, forget it's there, trip, fall, and they both tumble all around each other, all the way down the stairs, and get to the bottom. And they
I was thinking more. They were walking to the hospital one day, and it's a bad storm. You know, and they're going to a storm, and all of a sudden
the lightning.
they both get struck by lightning.
Wow.
Great.
And they drop
Drop
right
right
there.
Slapstick death.
Yeah.
I hope that's what
And then they
happens.
wake up from the dream.
Yes, and then it's a dream. Right.
And well, the show is on the air for 20 years. It has also not lose it. It did not lose its finger on the pulse. It has very timely episodes, very important ones. So do you feel that responsibility to also reflect the issues that healthcare workers are going through in America right now?
Most certainly, especially during our COVID season.
COVID season,
I think
yeah.
we were one of the only or
We
few
may have been the
shows
only,
that
yeah.
even would talk about COVID or the pandemic, would even show that medical. It was really important for us that season to give the medical professional point of view,
Yes.
right? Not telling anybody what to think about anything, but to see it from that side.
And this is what they were going. And it was tailor made for us. We were a hospital show, and Krista, who was our executive producer at the time, said, "Look, we're going to dedicate an entire season to COVID and how it affects the staff, and obviously Meredith's character, who
Yeah.
has a bad case of it. But how do we show them navigate that?" And like she said, once again, without preaching it, without taking one side or the other in terms of that, but to show what that pandemic, how it really affected medical workers, and what did they take from it, what did they learn from it.
And I don't even think that we knew that it was going to be the whole season, because just like the world, we were doing
didn't know
everything
that. Yeah.
week by week, right? So maybe this could have gone on 2 months, and it ended up being the whole season.
And the show doesn't only reflect medical workers, but it has raised medical workers.
Yes.
A lot of people got inspired by it. So what is it like to get in touch with people who have become doctors because of the show, or have been affected by the show? And if there are any favorite stories you've heard?
Oh wow! I was at an event where I had to. I'll make it brief. I was at an event where I had to give out an award. It was actually the Black Cardiologists Association in Los Angeles, and there happened to be a young man sitting at a table across from me, and he came over to me and introduced himself. He was, I think, second year med student or something, and he said, "Mr. Pickens, I have to tell you, I went into medicine because of the show, and in particular because of your character." He said, I had no father in my life, and you became that father for me, and you affirmed a lot of things for me. And he had a sister who had just undergone a second heart transplant, and he said, your show and your character helped my sister get through that. Amazing, and that was one of the most gratifying
means
conversations
everything to us, yeah.
I've ever had, in regards to my character in the show. Yeah.